Hey, there we are. Sorry about the false start there, guys. I did warn you that technology is something that we're playing around with here.
Hey guys, thank you. But I have been watching the feeds and I have got some answers. So I'll quickly run through them before we go through anything else. Russian sappers. Question about them. Yes, we are trying them in plastic, our new thermoplastic, and they will be coming out either in metal or plastic. But we are testing them in thermoplastic as soon as Kuala Lumpur's back at work. So they were next on the list for test. Yes, Hetzers and Panzer IV L70s will be done in plastic. Yeah, the armoured sappers, the guys in the chest protectors. Yes, we will be doing the Hetzers and the Panzer IV L70s in plastic. They're being done, I think they're being drawn up currently, aren't they, Chris?
Yep, so the Hetzer has finished its first phase of design, and then the Marder's going to be worked on as soon as we're all back from this COVID-19 break.
Cool. So, and the other one was cheaper T-34s. And yes, there is a whole box of T-34s coming, which is an army deal with T-34s, which are the cheapest way you'll ever get T-34s. King Tigers KTs, I presume that was King Tigers. Yes, they will be done in plastic as well. So that's the questions there. You will see, yeah, the Waffen S. We'll talk about that and stuff. Finish. Yeah, we're going to talk about the fins too. We've got a couple of pictures for you coming up on that with the fins. Fins in plastic, and yeah, I'm not on Bubba 09. I'm not sure about that. Soviet naval infantry. Yeah, not sure about that either. They're not on the plan at the moment. Sorry, the Soviet 1917. Hopefully, the King Tiger sprue will also have the Yag Tiger in it. Hopefully, Kragus Maximus. T80s. Yep, we've got some stuff about T80s to come. So before we get on to all the questions, and we'll go back is just talk a bit about where we are as a company through all this. It's a difficult time, as you can imagine. I'm sure everyone's struggling in the whole world with this, what we're going through at the moment. Battlefront's no different. It's a very it's a changed world. Just to go through it quickly, we've got here in New Zealand, we've got our team, they're all working from home, me and Chris included, and the rest of the guys are working from home. Some are taking a bit of a break, and the rest are all working from home, so we're carrying on, but it is difficult. We've got no access to our photo studio, our video studio, so it is difficult. Hopefully next week we will be, we're now 3 weeks, got a week to go, we will be reopening. Yep, everyone's all well. We're all in good health. We have our Friday drinks are on. We do our Friday drinks on our, what do you call that video thing?
We jump on Discord and we do a video chat, or we use something else last week.
No, it's not Discord, it's that other Zoom.
Yeah, Zoom.
So we still have our Friday drinks on Zoom. Yeah. One of the real issues for the company is Kuala Lumpur and Shah Alam is where our factory is. We have a big factory there. And a 140 odd staff there, and they're all at home. Yep, New Zealand's doing well with the COVID. We're down to very few cases, and they've closed the borders, and we're an island nation. So New Zealand's doing. We're lucky here, we have to say. But Kuala Lumpur is not in a good shape. They're struggling. One of our guys is under test. One of our managers is just under test and under home lockdown. And that's, yeah, so we got another 2 more weeks there before Kuala Lumpur opens again. The only interesting thing there as an aside is the only visitor we've had to the factory was a cobra snake. A real cobra snake with, the proper one. So we had to get him sorted out. USA and Maryland, Northeast Maryland, that's under lockdown as well. If any of you guys from Maryland? Near where we are, we're in Northeast there, and they're under lockdown too. So most of those guys, all our staff there are on holiday, using up holiday. So we're trying to keep everyone employed and with income and money coming in. And then the UK, we're in Nottingham, up in the Midlands, Nottingham. We've got a team there. Our language team is all working from home, and there's a lot of the salesmen on holidays. Again, just try to keep everyone employed. There's not a lot of shops to sell to that are open at the moment. So it's a different. But the warehouse there is, and we've got distancing and cleanliness and everything else in place. But the warehouse is open and is shipping. So the daily deals and all that are all shipping, and they're all coming out of there. So it might take a day or two longer to the US, but everything's up and functioning. We all hope and we pray that we will get better, that this thing will pass and we can move on with our lives. I am worried about the hobby. It's going to take a hit, and hope everyone just remain positive. If there's one hope I have, is that under this lockdown and all this, when you come out of it, go visit your local shop. Go say hello to your local shop. Go to him, even if you don't like the guy there running it. Even if you don't, and some of them can be a bit. There's a lot of great shops. Don't get me wrong, but some of them can be interesting. Even if you don't normally buy there, go see your local shop. Go have a look around. There'll be something cool in there and buy it. And that's really important that we keep those local shops going and support your local shop, your club, your group, and let's get this hobby bounced back into it again. So our best wishes to all you guys, and we're just going to see our way through it and come out the other end. So let's talk about what we're up to then. Let's talk about a bit more positive things and what is good. And as you can imagine, it's been a difficult time. Our releases have just been delayed. We can't release to avoid. It's very difficult, and we haven't got production either. So our releases will be all have basically everything. That's a good idea. NZJ. Maybe list the shops on the website again. That's a good idea, actually. You can't take a plane to your local shop. Yes, I agree with that. Yes, Hudson. Yeah, but my message remains: try. If you happen to be around somewhere, try. So everything's been delayed a month. So everything's 30 days back at the moment, and it might be even delayed a bit longer. I'm not sure. I'm not sure at all. But let's go through some of the things that. Well, first of all, before we do that, what we want to do with this Twitch, I'm going to come on. We're going to do this a bit more often. Even when we're back at work, you might see a different environment, but we're going to be carrying on with this. We've got a couple other Twitch sort of ideas coming up. We've got the big four hobby guys, those Chris, Victor, Casey, and Wayne are going to be there, and they're going to they'll talk. They have a hobby hour or two with you guys, and that'll be fun. Guys interested in board games, the June guys, I think next week or week after, we're going to try to get the June guys on a Twitch chat. The guys that wrote June and Cosmic Counters. So yeah, and yeah, we're going to do a lot more open talk with the community, and I think this will be great. So I think we'll do a lot more of this, and this is a start. Hopefully, with at least technical issues on Chris's side, we'll be doing more of this. Let's talk then a bit about the books. and I'll try to answer your questions as you're coming up. There's a question about the open day. We're not sure. Our reservation is on hold there at the place. I'd love to be there. I don't know where we're going to be at by that stage. So at the moment that's a bit on hold. So you're going to have to just wait and see. Sorry, as we are as well. Let's go to the books. Chris has got some pictures to put up, I think.
Yeah, I've just put up the artwork for the SS and D-Day British covers.
Okay, so these are the two covers. I'm just going to see this separately. Yeah, those are the covers that are the two books. We do one artwork, as you can see, that covers the two books, and that turns into a poster for later, and then we use the left side for the SS book and the right side for the British book. I think it's I asked Chris to put it up because I think it's one of my favourite photos.
Yeah, that panther's not about to have a good day, I don't think.
No, it's not about to have a good day, no. In a second, I'm struggling here.
Was it Emperor's Drinking Buddy? We have put them up in the past. We've probably fallen a little bit behind with V4, but I'll make a note of it and make sure that the web guys use this as a chance to get back on top of it.
Yeah, it's a good idea. I agree. Yeah, but that's one of my favourite artworks. It's breaking through the bocage, that imagery of trying to fight around the bocage and close, and the intensity of it is quite, yeah. I like the artwork. So what else you got on the British book, D-Day British book?
Because the D-Day British book is actually out for release at the moment, we've just got the cover, which you've kind of seen the image, hopefully in your local store.
Yep. So that book is out. The releases for it have been we stopped the releases halfway through, didn't we, with this?
Yeah, we're about halfway through the release schedule for the British. So a lot of the new stuff is out, but unfortunately we're still waiting for some things to come out. And as soon as the factories and the warehouses are all back up and running, we'll get those out as fast as we can.
Yep, we will give you we will give you that information. The SS book, the SS Division Bagration, and the USSR book. Yep. Michael Whitman is in there. Yes, he'll be in the command cards for the SS book. Okay, so that's the British book. Everyone basically knows everything about the D-Day book, don't they? I think.
Yeah.
The missing release. Sorry, go on, Chris.
No, you go.
The missing release is the mid-war paras. So we're trying to release the mid-war book straight after the British book. So we released after the German book, D-Day book, we released the mid-war German para book. So, and of course, but with this happening, we just got delayed. So we've now got the longer gap than we hoped for. So that's the 8th Army Force in there.
Yep. So you can see how the paras slot into your existing mid-war British book.
Yep. So, and that comes with its nice little hardcover thing, hardcover cardboard with its unit cards and some command cards.
Yeah, so that's a complete package. You don't have to buy anything else. It's just army list cards and everything in one go. So it's a great way, if you've already got a late war force, you can easily bring it back into mid-war just with that one book.
Bocage terrain. Yeah, the Bocage terrain is really cool.
I'm biased. I think the new Bocage with the spongy flock on it, I think it's fantastic. I don't have the luxury of a gaming space. I tend to use work whenever I'm gaming, but that's one of the things that I'm going to get in my collection at some point.
So that's cool, yeah. And the cardboard Bocage as well. Yeah, it's this new cardboard terrain I really feel is doing well. Yeah, Wirbelwind. What about the Wirbelwind? Yeah, we'll get to that. Yeah, so yeah, we are we are going to do. I'm trying to write down all these questions. Sorry, if I'm talking. Yes, the cardboard terrain we've done for D-Day, and now with the Bocage and Bagration, we start doing river crossing stuff. I think that's an easy way to flick open a game. You want to play a beach landing game? It's it's basically one big envelope. You put everything out, you can play a game and put it away again. And I think I think it's great for themed games. In the game, you can take it to a club. It doesn't take 2 suitcases, and it's it's really good. And it doesn't replace proper terrain. Yeah, a lovely D-Day table is still one of the loveliest things you can see, but it's not something. It's a huge amount of work and a huge amount of storage, and it's difficult to deal with. So it's good.
One of the things we were discussing way back in the development was how accessible it makes it. So I enjoy playing beach landing missions once a year. I don't want to play them every day, but playing them on an occasion is something I want to do. To make all of that terrain, to store all of that terrain, it doesn't work. But to have, as Peter says, an envelope or a file master box or something like that with it all in, you just grab that one box, go, you play your game, you enjoy it, you put it back in the box. A year later, you can get to do it all again.
6th of June's a good
yes, that would be a good day.
Games. Yeah. That's the next question. Okay. Let's go through to the next book. World War 3 Americans, or as Team Yankee we still call it, but World War 3 Americans. Oh, you went the wrong one then. You skipped.
Yep. I anticipated the wrong way.
Yeah. So there's the cover for that. There, as you can see, it has the Apache, which is very cool, and the Bradley, of course. We have both versions of the Bradley. You'll see that coming up in the next picture, maybe, Chris.
What would you like, the Index or the ACAV?
Whichever one you want. Stick it up there. Whatever's easiest. Point cost for the M1A1s.
You'll see that in a minute.
Okay, you'll see that. Yep, it's coming.
So I chose the Index because that is a great way to show you in one little snapshot all the really cool stuff, all the cool lists that are coming in this book, because there are some very cool lists.
Cool. And it's actually, I actually have it here. I have the book. It's on the bookshelf there. We actually have the book. We're away at the moment, way ahead of books. No, the U.S. infantry will be the U.S. infantry. What's happening? What's the plan with them, Chris?
Our fallback is that they would be metal, but we are going to try and see if we can put them into thermoplastic, much like the World War II Soviet sappers. That's obviously our hope and our desire. This has thrown a bit of a wrench in everyone's plans, so we're not quite sure at the moment.
So that's the US. Will the official mission matrix be expanded to feature the new missions? Yeah, that's a good idea. We'd like to do some of that. That's something we would like to do. It's not. There is new missions in World War II books tied in with the new terrain. Like the British book has the Bocage battles in it, and the Bagration books have the river crossings and stuff in it. We haven't done that with World War III, and that's a good idea, and it's something we'd like to do. It may be more on the web than in books.
I'm just going to switch over to the ACAV spread.
And there, no, you're still on the contents page. There you have it. So that should give you your points there as well. I can't quite see it; it's too small on my screen. There it is. The points are there as well. So. Now,
this is my new favourite list.
So the M1A1HC, that's an expensive beast, but she's got 21 front, 11 side, and she penetrates everything. So that is the most expensive tank in the game.
Yep.
And it's a lovely add-on plastic resin piece that goes on the back of it that shows the APU unit.
Yeah. So the good thing is each of the models are each of the M1 models are distinguishable from each other. So when you're playing on the table, you there should be a way for your opponent to tell and for you to obviously build them differently.
Yep. So I think that's going to be cool. I'm trying to read all the questions. Sorry, they're coming thick and fast. Yeah, the Bradley looks really cool. Does both models, and it's a gorgeous little kit. Yep. Yeah, sorry, no Black Hawks at this stage. We have got some helicopters coming out. We've showed a couple of them, the Chinook and the
And the hip.
Yeah, the hip, the MI8. They're not really gaming pieces. They're in resin, so they're more table build. I think Casey's building an airport, Soviet airport, with the hips and everything. So they're that. Will you be phasing out metal resin at the time go all plastic? Yes. Yes is the answer to that. Yes, we are turning into a plastic company, I suppose. Yes, definitely.
Do you want me
Belgium's, there will be an Allies book coming out. There will be an Allies book coming out for Team Yankee. I don't know what we're going to include in there yet. So, but that's that page there. That's the US.
So do you want me to throw up the RDF unit now?
Yeah, oh, that's the This is my favourite. These are these guys. Which armour division was it? They're the experimental guys who built this stuff. That's a great little model. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is going to be an interesting list for people to check out.
Yeah. Hello 73. Hello all 73. Yep. I said this. I tend to sell the metal and resin older kits. Yes, they will. All of that stuff will still be available on mail, direct, i.e. mail order. Mid-war feedback, rebalance points. We haven't got GW's living game balance. Yeah,
I guess it's a thing we're aware of, but we don't have a solution really at the moment. I mean, we've heard people's feedback though.
But that unit there, what's the division called?
Was it the 9th High Tech Division?
I could
be misremembering that one.
Yeah, is that why I've done that book? Show me one. Yeah, the APU parts. Yes, that's a good idea. We will have those. We can put those in mail order to do those. If we forget, ask your customer service, and we can do that. Yep. So we do that. So there you have it. That's a great unit. I'm really excited. That's the one I'm about. Putting those things out there. Let's move on to the army. I've got half built already and sitting in the cabinet at work. Unfortunately, 9th Infantry Division. Yes, that's it. Iron Horse. Thank you for saving us. The Chinook and the Hip are standalone. Yes, that's all they are. They're just we can build some rules for it, but it's basically more table clutter than you're going to be having, and they're resin and lead, so they're not cheap units. They're very big. There's a lot of parts in them, so they're not really suitable for gaming, really. T80s, just be patient, and you're going to get some information. I can give you some information, but T80, we're not there yet. Sorry. Waffen SS, do you want to do something? Let's move on. Let's move on to the Waffen SS, Chris.
So that's our army deal that's going to come out.
Yep. That's the cover, you mean? There's the army deal. Yep.
Yep.
So there's the army deal. It's got the this one here has got no new plastics. It is what it is.
But it is a great compliment if you've already got the other German army deal. We tried to minimise any sort of crossover, so you're at least getting a nice variety of new things.
Oh, sorry. It's my cup. Yep. So, yeah, that's cool. So go back to the cover, Chris, or is that okay?
Yep.
He's my producer. There she is. You've seen the artwork already, of course, and that's the logo.
So
what else have you?
The big spoiler for the SS book is going to be this.
Yeah, the Panthers. I think he's showing you.
Yep.
So, the Panther SS Company.
So one of the challenges with the SS book was trying to balance accessibility for new players, whilst also making sure that veteran players had something amazing and fun, and trying to differentiate the SS from the HERE units. And we think we've struck a really nice balance there. I think the guys have come up with a cool idea, which results in some cheaper units that require a bit of synergy as they work together.
Yep. So it's all about there being the SS being, and this is really this was being pushed along by Phil a lot, where he wanted the SS to come across as aggressive, not careful. They were aggressive. They were I don't want to say gung ho. That's not a term, but to be aggressive and fearless, and that's why we got that in there. So they're getting hit on the threes, but the thing is, you're buying Panthers, and some of the crews weren't that well trained. They weren't always the best guys, but they had great sergeants and great officers. So you got this old hand rule. So if you're close to the company HQ, you can get a much better. You're much better. Veteran. Your skill is much better. But also, you're buying Panthers for 8 and a bit points each, and I think they're going to be. Certainly my army looks impressive, and there's a lot of Panthers and stuff in there. 9 front, 5 side. The big 75 mil. I think they're going to be. I think the guy just said there, Sophie Aki. Sorry, the Panthers are back on the table. I agree. Panthers are back. Yep. I know it's been spoiled already, but at the end of the day, we're just excited about it. So you're going to have to bear with us. Sorry. But no, the Panthers are back on the table. Very good. Are these Waffen SS units generic? Yes, they are. Again, the cards, as is typical. Now, for us, is the cards will deal with the specific units and the specific heroes and the stuff that happened in Normandy. As you can see, I've got the book. It's here. It's in print, so it's a pleasure to being the boss. We get the early one. Chris has got one as well. He's also got one. Yeah. So,
got a few questions coming through.
Yeah, what do we got here? Chris, you want to grab some?
So, Finns and Swedes. I think the hard part there is we want them. We really, really want them. There's not a single person in the company that doesn't want an S-tank. And if there was, we wouldn't listen to them. It's just, for the Swedes, there's a lot more going on than just an S-tank in that range. We have had a lot of chats in the office, and actually with some really good contributors about how the Finns could work. And I know Wayne has done some draft work on it. Will that fit in a Allies book? Don't know yet. We're further ahead in our book schedule than probably ever before, but we're not at that point yet for the Allies. We want to go through finish the Soviets, the West Germans, and our Warsaw Pact forces first. Will there ever be any new East German / Polish units? We are doing a Warsaw Pact book, and we've just been having discussions around exactly what that looks like, what goes in it, updating them to bring in the units that have been released since the original East German Volksarmy book came out, and getting them in there. That will happen. Whether or not anything new on top will go in there, don't know.
can I button that one?
Yeah.
I just got, and people have been contributing and they've been very excited about it. Check upgrade units. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they'll be in there. But, there was a Hungarian, and guys put in a Hungarian list, and he's sent that to Wayne, and Wayne just sent it to me yesterday, I think it was, or the day before.
Yeah.
Chris.
Not today.
And the trick is, this book, we can't get to 200, 300 pages, and that's the problem. Is it is, and it has to be different. So we're looking through all these, but yes, we do, and I think what I'm trying to say is we do look at it all. We look at everyone's input, we work through it all, and then we've got to make some cuts and some choices. And I can't tell you whether Hungarians will make it or not yet. We don't know. We just got to try to do the best. That is quite a talk here. Yeah, those are rookie numbers. Yeah, but we can't. It's got to be commercially active. The problem with the Swedes is they have different infantry, they have different everything, and it's if it was just an S tank and we kind of plug it on a bit, but it is the Swedes are they're different everywhere. So yeah, Chris, sorry to butt in on that one.
No, that's good.
But Maldives Defence Force, yeah, that's the last one on the list. Yes, that's yeah. But the Hungarians are interesting. The guy put up an interesting argument. He's put up some pile of information about it. He's done a pile of work. It's a great job. Wayne certainly, if anyone likes Hungarians, it is Wayne. And that's where we have, yeah. Sorry, Chris, I butted in. You go.
No, that's okay. I think that actually answers it. What else have we got going on?
21st Division style booklets. Yes, I think there's where we got things like the funnies where 21st Division couldn't be done. Wayne's on here as well. There he is. Hi, Wayne. You'll have your turn later. Yes. 21st Division. Yes, that was that's one of my favourite products we've made. Yeah, it's a great product, and I think we should do more of those when it warrants it. And as Phil is in, I think it's a good idea when there's specific units that can't be handled by command cards easily. We obviously don't want 30, 40 of those a year. That's just we just can't. Yeah, we've got to work with the shops, and we got to do that. Wildcards. That's a good question, actually. Yes, we'll come back to that one. So, what else have we got on that? That's 21st Panzer. What else we got? Somebody asked about the Wirbelwind plastic. Interesting you say that. That's on a Wirbelwind Ostwind, I think, combination. Is on the plastic shed. So you will see that coming up.
Yep. That's about 2 or 3 kits down Tim's design path.
Yep. But that is coming. Throw Wayne a bone update on an official Finnish P. Yeah, we're getting to Finns. Hang on a second. Hang on, they are. Yeah, the Finns are last on my list here, so you got to wait. Sorry, but they are here. Is that about it on the SS? Everyone's basically seen that. So, shall we flick on to the next book? And that's we're turning east. That's we have it. There you have it. I got a copy here as well. That's the first of the three Bagration. There's a Soviet one, there's obviously a German one, and then Axis Allies one, Romanians, Hungarians, etc. Those are the 3 books that are coming out for the Eastern Front part of our journey. Again, that's a new cover.
Just switched over to the Army deal, sorry.
The Army list. There's actually 2 Soviet Army lists coming out. This is one of them. Did you grab the second one, Chris? Or
no, I didn't grab the T-34 one, sorry.
But it's 21 T-34s in a box. The box even looks different. It's got a painting of the T-34 on the front of it. So, yeah. But it's a box with 21 T-34s in it at a really price. So you got 2 of them. You got that box there, and with everything in it.
the eagle-eyed amongst you will notice that it has an all-plastic logo, like all of our army deals, and it has Su-76s and BA-64s in it. So
Yep, they're all plastic. That release will also come with a River Assault terrain pack. That's the cardboard terrain pack, and some missions to tie in with River Assaults and that book's also finally, with all the issues we had with it in China, is finally going to have the what we call the Stalingrad buildings, but now the city fight buildings. So they're coming out as well. Yep, the clown cars, the BA-6664. Yeah, so that's as we go down the plastic rabbit hole, I know lots have metal Su-70. Yeah, you should see how many drawers of them I got.
I've got 20 or 21 Su-76s in metal, because I painted that army, I don't know, 10 years ago now.
So we feel your pain, but that's just we're carrying on down that list. So it is what it is. But the plastic ones, our plastic kits are getting better and better. So if you go to that's page 18 of the book. Guards, Heavy Tank Regiments.
Just answering, Qual Kiek, is that a legal army? The army box? Yes, it is. So it's got an IS-2 as the HQ, and then it's a couple of platoons of ISUs. From memory, the infantry are part of the formation, and then the BA-64s and Su-76 come out of force support.
So the ISU, you and I thought or Soviet, man. Chris, you talk a bit about that page you got up there.
Yep. So I picked the IS-2 page because, let's be honest, that's the big boy for the Soviets coming out. Obviously, you're going to get full units of T-34, 85s and stuff like that, but the IS-2 is going to be the king of the battlefield, I think, for a while. I was chatting with some playtesters not that long ago, and we were preparing to go off to Panzerschreck in a few months' time. And they said, "Are you guys going to be bringing IS-2s down to Panzerschreck before the book's been released?" I looked at them and said, "What do you mean?" He said, "They're pretty good." I said, "Yeah, Casey's already painting them." So I think for Soviet players, there's going to be some really good options in this book.
Cool. You want to put us back onto screen?
Yep.
I just wanted to show people that's the T-34 there. We got the reflection, and that shows you that army deals with. That's the book. It's it's exciting actually. D-Day's been great, but it's really cool. It's really cool to head east where the battles have happened. Yeah, they say about the D-Day, those are rookie numbers. Spray paints. We're getting out of paint slowly. It is. We've decided that's not our core expertise. We're backed with Vallejo. Vallejo have got some spray paints, and we will have some recommendations on spray paints. Vallejo's new spray ranges are good, and we have done some recommendations on that, haven't we, Chris? On the
yes,
sprays. Yeah. So, I think going back to Vallejo was a very popular choice for everyone. I think the army painter guys are great to deal with. They're lovely guys, and I think their paints are great, but just for some reason they don't suit our vehicles. So it's good to be back with Vallejo. Although dealing with Spain at the moment has been a bit difficult, as you can imagine. Yeah, their washes were great. Brooks Creek. And the army painter guys are lovely guys, and they tried and they worked at it. And I know James can explain it better in my office about the chemicals involved and everything, and what chemicals there are and everything. But Jonas and them are great guys. So that's Bagration. There's any more questions on Bagration there? I was asking historical contrast paint. Yes, I'm all for that. Yes, 96 MGB. Yeah, I would think that's just very cool, and I think the company that does that will do very well. So, and we would definitely look at partnering with them. So there'd be something. Yeah, and it's not. Yeah. Bubba doesn't want Russians. Yeah, yeah, they're hard to face. Okay, what's next, Chris? Shall we move on a little? That's a Bagration Soviets. Let's go. Let's get in the TARDIS and head a bit down the time warp.
Yep.
Next for the next lot of Soviets.
There we go.
There it is. World War III Soviets. Team Yankee Soviets. That's the cover. That's going to be. And can we see the Jag Panther unit from the Eastern Front? Okay, hang on a second. Jag Panther unit. So we'll come back to that. I'll have a look at that for you. I will find that here. So there's the Soviets. They look good. The cover looks good, and it's the book Wayne's been working on. And Casey's been keeping a close eye on. That's very important to him. Yeah. So let's. You want to put what have we got?
I'll bring up the T80 box for people to look at.
Yep. So there's the T80, T80U. So the new plastic for this book is the T80. It's not the T80U, and I got told why by Evan, because it's only an engine change or something or other. No, Evan something.
Yeah, in terms of game stats wise, there isn't a lot of difference, and in order to do both versions, it requires a different engine deck and a different back end. So, picking the T80U, which was numerically more popular, seemed like the best choice.
Yep. So that's the T80, and also the BMP3 is, of course, the other one. She's the first of the Soviets with the ERA. So she's got some exciting stats. Have you got her stat page or?
No, that book is technically not finished. I can see if I can.
I got it here, Chris. Hang on a second. I got it here.
My little post-it note on my computer here says, make sure you have PDFs of all the books. And with all the microphone issues this morning, I ran out of time to get those on my computer here at home.
Okay, so the T80 has a 125mm gun, of course, 22. It's got the sniper missile, which is an anti-tank at 22. And it's also got the ERA on it. So it's and the front armor 20, side 10, top 2. So it's a. People are going to ask me about points to give you an answer in the middle of it. And remember, these are still under test. So just this is with the conditions. 5 T80s, so about 8 points each. So hopefully that gives you something to look at. Then there's the BMP3s, which I think just great. I have to say that's the BMP3s just look very, very cool. So they got a 100mm gun, a 30mm autocannon, which is anti-helicopter as well, and they got the Stabber missiles with a 21 anti-tank.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the BMP3. I think you're paying a very small number of points over a BMP2, and you get everything that is a BMP2, plus a gun that is fantastic at killing dug-in infantry. And by dug-in infantry, I mean Milan teams.
Yeah, it's got a firepower of 2+. I think 3+ or 2+. I can't quite. Yeah, 2+. So the 100mm gun has a 2+ firepower.
Does it have the?
So infantry are going to be in trouble. If you look at the recon platoon, 2 BMP3s are 5 points. So 2+ firepower. Yep.
Does it have thingamy gun. I've just forgotten the name of the rule on the 100mm gun.
It has it's this printout. Hang on a second. Let's have a quick look. Hang on a second. I'm going to find
Brutal.
it.
I think there. So, thank you, chat.
Yeah, it's got. It hasn't got stabilizer.
Ah, yeah. There we go. Wayne's in the chat. It does have brutal. That was the thing I was trying to remember. Thanks, Wayne.
Thank you, Wayne. Maybe we should include people actually know what they're talking about, other than you and me, Chris.
That'd be a revolutionary concept.
Okay, so what else we got? What else? You got anything else to show on this? Or
no. For the Soviet stuff, COVID-19 hit as we were putting together all of the packaging and everything. We do have an army deal for it, which will of course have T80s. We do also have. That's as close as we've got as a book as Pete's spiral bound printout at the moment.
that's where this book is at. To give you that's where this book's working at.
Yep. And of course we do have the Team Yankee version of Hit the Beach coming, which also has T80s and M1s in it, amongst other things.
The new World War III starter set is coming out when?
It comes out in between the American and Soviet releases. So I would give you a month, but with everything that's happening at the moment, I wouldn't be sure that my guess of the month would be accurate.
That's the beast there.
Yep.
That's the 2-page spread. They'll be in the book. It's spiral. It won't be spiral bound in the book, but that gives you an idea there. What's in it?
Yeah. So soon is the answer.
Soon. Again, this is subject to KL being open and the everything's subject to that and what's happening when the retailers will be open. So you're just going to have to bear. Signed copies would be cool. Yep, and yep, send an email into Chris and we'll see what we can do for you. But it is about this is our best guess and just I'm sorry guys, but it isn't what it is at the moment.
Yeah.
So
contents of the Soviet box. I should remember this because I wrote.
I actually have it here, Chris. I have it here. Give me a second. The Soviets, no. It talks about Abrams and Bradleys and stuff in here, so obviously this has not been filled out yet. No, we haven't got the contents yet, sorry. We have got it somewhere, but...
Yeah, unfortunately I can link to my computer at work, but it kills Discord and the live stream software. So it's either have the video or have the answers. We can't have both, sorry.
Wayne, can you remember? Maybe Wayne can remember and stick it in there. I think it's all in the DXB.
Yep.
We've been home for 3 and a bit weeks now, so it's kind of here. Yeah. I've long pants for a while. So no stabilizer in the BMP3, no. Wayne, can you remember what was in the army? The MI8's coming out, but again, it's only as a terrain piece. Yes.
Right.
No, it's an interesting idea. Team Yankee box of 21 T-72s, but no, not doing that. No, it'll be a regular army deal. So let's go. That's. Oh yeah, and last but not least, on the release schedule with actual pictures is you want to stick it up there, Chris?
Yep.
There she is. The Finns and mid-war Finns. So the Finns in World War II, mid-war. So this ties in with the releases around Bagration.
Yeah, so with the Axis Allies book coming out for Bagration, we're also going to have Finns, Hungarians, and Romanian booklets coming out for mid-war. So just like the other mid-war books, you'll get a cardboard sleeve with the booklet, the unit cards, and the command cards. So yeah, buy one product. Army is updated and ready to play. And I'll just flick over to the force diagram for you to have a look at. plenty of options there. While you're looking at that, Warburnie. So M1A1HCs, Apaches, and Bradleys are the key plastics. And we've got some new metal and resin models coming along with it too.
The one that's interesting, and we're trying to get in, is what we're trying to get. Which plastic we're trying to get for the Axis Allies? What's it called? It's what
Zerini.
The Zerini. Yep.
Given that Victor, Wayne, and myself all have Zerini armies that we would love to update to be plastic, there's no personal bias in the studio at all.
Yes, Zerinis are going to be cool. Okay, so that's it. That's the fins.
Yeah, that really covers our next, I'm going to say 5-6 months, I'm guessing, off the top of my head, of releases.
The other things, I had got the other questions. Pacific, yes, Pacific is coming. We will probably do Pacific. We have got the Marines and the Pacific planned for the. It is in
our book schedule.
It is in the journey document as well, Chris.
Yep.
And it is scheduled in there. Will be delayed and it will come. Yes. So that's in there. Early war is on the cards as well. It will be handled the similar way as Great War's been handled with its own smaller hardcover book. Wayne has been doing some work on Pacific War, yes, and it will be. We will be doing it. And Early War will get its own book and its own V4 version as well, and it's probably be a couple of books. The other thing we've got is a great art book coming out, which I'm really excited about, with all our art in one book. I think it's more of a kind of a fun thing. And that's got a couple of surprises in there, of things that people haven't seen, and we've got hopefully a great version for tournament players and some cool things happening there. Checkpoint Charlie, someone mentioned, that is definitely coming early, and that will tie in with the Vietnam and Arab-Israeli War books. So they're going to tie into the same period. So Checkpoint Charlie is going to be the 70s in Europe, and that will tie in with those two books to give us one period, which is, I suppose, you can call World War III early. I'm keen to do the African Wars still book, the battles down in Angola, Cuarto Carnaval, and those battles around Lomba River and stuff. So we're keen to do those. They're on the definitely on the cards as well. Evan's already done me the Rattels, so we just want to get on and do it. Which nations will we see in the first Checkpoint Charlie book? You're going to see the nations facing there, which will be the Germans on both sides, the Americans, the Russians, of course, and probably the French. We haven't. Wayne. I think Wayne's got some ideas. Yeah. Yep. So that's going to be there. So some expansion to the oil, what with Chinese, Koreans. Yeah, we've certainly, Susan, we've certainly looked at that. We've certainly looked at that, but we haven't really got there yet with that. So I know our what's his name, Colonel Clausewitz, in Singapore, our Singaporean agent and Chinese agent, he's written about. Yes, I can't. It's you don't hear from him a lot on this topic. Yeah. So
as someone that's run,
it has got its heroes, that's for sure.
Yeah, as someone that's run a Czechoslovakian T-55 force at a tournament, it's a lot of tanks that you're putting on the table when you start talking a North Korean force. So it's something to be aware of.
Somebody asked about Jagdpanther units. And Panzer IV L70 units. So the Jagdpanther the Yag Panthers won't be in the company level for Bagration, but we could. They probably will be in a command card, but it certainly depends if 4L70 and Hetzers will have their own companies.
Yeah,
and I suspect the Yag Panthers will be in a command card. Just basic 4 for Checkpoint Charlie, US, British, West German, and so. Yeah, that answers that. Wayne knows. Just give the North Koreans modern technology. Dear leader built them himself. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yes. Yes. So that's it on the book list, I think. Another person asked about mouse and experimental tanks. Now with our relationship with World of Tanks, which is something we're really excited about, because I think World of Tank really gets us out there. These are basically undercoated, but the tanks are pre-made, undercoated. They look great, and they're going to be available to the general public out there. And I think that's going to be exciting for the hobby. I hope that it really flies from a commercial aspect, but also from an aspect is I hope that when we go to tournaments in a year's time, 2 years' time, we're going to see a lot of new players come and get into Flames of War, Team Yankee through World of Tanks. And I think that's a really exciting opportunity for the hobby, to bring in a whole pile of new people who might not have considered it, would never bother with it. I see a bit of chat at the moment. People want hobbies and stuff because they're at their home computer all day and they don't want to play computer games in the evening because it's the same thing, and they want different hobbies. And I think we have an opportunity with World of Tanks to really bring more people into the gaming hobby, and who are concerned about putting models together and painting and that sort of stuff. And this is an easy way for them to get into our great hobby. So I'm excited about that. So yes, mouses and that sort of stuff, I suspect we'll get plastic kits because of World of Tanks, because I think the numbers warrant it, and gateway drug as a reference, yes. I think it's great, and you will get things like mouses and experimental tanks and that sort of stuff through that. And plastic mouse, yeah, I don't see any reason why not. What other questions were there? The T80s we got, yeah. Panthers I've covered. Wildcards, someone asked about wildcards. I really don't have the answer on that. So wildcards are a very tricky one. Will there be Flames War rules for mouse? Yeah, I don't see any reason why not. We did mid-war monsters before. I don't see any reason. Late war Leviathans, as they call them around the office. I don't see any reason why not.
Who wouldn't want to paint one? It may not fit in the tournament list for me, or it might. You never know. But I'd want one. I'd want to be able to play with one. So I think if we made a mouse in plastic, to not let me put it on the pitch in a Flames of War game would be a little mean.
Yeah, so I think that's a given. Wildcards, I dodged the wildcards question. We've had lots and lots of discussions about it. We just SASG's wildcards, yes, and they've been on that list. We want to do it. We just haven't got the right. We put it in there because we didn't know what we wanted to do. We haven't got there yet. So we're not keeping it secret from you. We just don't know ourselves. Is the answer, Chris?
Yeah, no, that's right.
I think this has gone an hour, and I don't want to cover everything now because I want to keep doing these. Flames of War for Tabletop Simulator. That's an interesting one, and I think we can save that for next time, Chris.
Yeah.
I think, listen, guys, it's been a great first chat. Thank you very much for coming on. We've had 50 at a time, I think that's at the most there. I just watching the numbers. It's been huge. Chris is going to put this up if you can watch it again later if you're really.
That's the plan. Hopefully we don't have more technical issues of my causing, and this should hopefully stay on Twitch for people to watch later, and ideally we'll end up putting it on the YouTube channel if I can figure all of that high-tech stuff out.
Yeah, so thank you, guys. Thank you, all of you, for tuning in. It's great to see your talk there, and hopefully if the world madness goes, we can hopefully meet you at some conventions or tournaments, and hopefully we do a lot more of this. And we don't hope, we are going to do a lot of this. And I love talking about our hobby and our business, and if you guys want to listen to me and Chris drone on there, we can do lots more of this.
Yeah. I think.
Thank you very, very much. Chris, go on. Sorry.
I was going to say, the hardest part was figuring out the technical logistics. Now that we've done that, it's just about making some time to catch up with you guys on a regular basis, I think. So
yes. So I think the big four is on next.
Yeah, we're working through the logistics of that one at the moment, trying to get the four of us on. Not all of us have particularly great internet at our houses, so we're having some issues there, and we're doing some testing. But yeah, that's our plan, is to do some hobby chats.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Folks, take care. Thank you, and stay safe, and I'll see you soon. Look after yourselves.
See you, everyone.
See ya.